There is nothing more curious than our space. After so many advancements in technology, human beings are still unable to explore the universe to a satisfactory level. In fact, the more we know about space, the more we realize that we don't know much about space. It's because our space is so vast that we cannot even imagine exactly what something that big is. So if you are that kind of person who often looks up in the sky and thinks about the universe and the things that are out there in space, then stick right to this video, as in today's video, we are going to discuss the top 5 curiosities about space that you will find more than interesting and surprising. The first curiosity about space is: in space, fire can be started by water. On Earth, water is used to extinguish fire, while in space, water can start a fire. So how is this possible? Well, there are certain conditions for water to start a fire. If water is compressed up to a pressure of 217 atmospheres and its temperature is raised above 373 degrees Celsius at the same time, then water can start a fire. When the water in such a state is mixed with organic material, the result is the creation of a gas that has the appearance of a liquid and produces a burning effect, but there is no visible flame. Scientists have already experimented with a form of water that ignites fires rather than extinguishes them. It is referred to as supercritical water, and astronauts have already begun using supercritical water to treat waste in space. Something unidentified is sucking our home galaxy's Milky Way. This fact is somewhat frightening, as parts of the Milky Way galaxy, in which we reside, and where planet Earth is, are being sucked away by an unidentified entity larger than any known object in the universe. In 2009, scientists found a group of galaxies moving very quickly toward a small area of the sky between the constellations of Centaurus and Vela. Scientists have given this phenomenon the name dark flow to make it sound like dark matter and dark energy, which are also mysterious things in the universe. According to a study published in Nature Astronomy, the Milky Way is being sucked at a pace of 71,600 miles per hour by the gravitational force of the dark flow. This has caused the distortion of our galaxy, which has over 500 solar systems. The existence of alien life is puzzling. Perhaps the most curious thought about space that comes to our mind is alien life. Whether there is some kind of life up there or not, well, until now, human beings have not yet found evidence of life on any planet other than our own, nor have we found any evidence of life beyond our solar system that is backed by science. The inhabitants of Earth are not only very likely to be the only intelligent life form in the Milky Way, but there is also a likelihood of around 50% that humanity is not the only life form in the universe. So why haven't we encountered aliens yet? Because, off the surface of the Earth, we have only started looking, and we have only explored a very small portion of the space around us. We are not yet in a position to affirm or refute the existence of extraterrestrial beings. The universe is a very large and expansive place. If there is no one else there, it just feels like no sense. So, there is a high chance that, if we keep looking, then maybe someday we will find other life out there. Space is not odorless, it contains a strange smell. This is something in space that possesses a great deal of interest. Even though it seems like there is nothing there in space, yet there is actually a lot of smelly stuff floating around in space. Because our nostrils do not work well in a vacuum, we are unable to directly detect odors in space. However, once the airlock has been repressurized, astronauts aboard the ISS report that they can detect a strange odor on the outside of their spacesuits. Also, when astronauts return to Earth from space, they typically bring with them an unusual and easily recognizable odor. Those who have been in the presence of the odor have described it as having a sulfurous quality and have compared it to the aromas of gunpowder, seared steak, hot metal, and welding fumes. Yet it is still not known by human beings what the source of that smell is in space. Space travel can change human DNA. If you stay much longer in space, then there is a high chance that your DNA will undergo many changes. In 2016, after spending a year on the International Space Station, astronaut Scott Kelly returned 2 inches taller than when he left. Kelly's physical differences from his identical twin brother Mike's were startling. Scientists compared their DNA and discovered that, in addition to growing 2 inches, Kelly's gut microbes and gene expression were radically different. Scientists decided that the modifications were brought about by the stressors of space travel, which might alter the biochemical pathways of a cell. Kelly and his brother are no longer identical twins, despite the fact that Kelly subsequently regained his previous height. His other genetic mutations, however, are irrevocable. That is all for today's video. What are your thoughts about space and all that mystery out there? Tell us your thoughts in the comments section. Also, don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.